Welcome to the Simplified Tradie Marketing Podcast with me, Alan Collins, an electrician, electrical service business owner and certified marketing consultant specialising in home service tradie businesses. I want to take you, the listener, from confusion to clarity when it comes to marketing in your tradie business. This podcast will help you gain knowledge, tricks, tips and methods that you can deploy straight into your tradie business today. Let's talk about Google reviews. I just did a post on Instagram and I was looking for a link of the podcast that I thought I did about reviews. I can't believe I haven't done one already. So reviews aren't a mystery. People are led to believe that it's really hard to get reviews and you need all these automations and systems and there's some secret code to getting reviews. Reviews are an absolute piece of piss to get and it's shown in my business. I'm at 516 reviews, I think, but hey, who's counting? And it's all very simple. There's a few ways that I do this. And number one, which I cover on Instagram in the video, I'll link that underneath, follow. Number one is when you complete the job is asking for the review. It's very easily done. When you're going out the door, make sure that you are asking for the review. Number two is having a pre-built template SMS and our email template ready to fire. So you pre-build that in your back end of the software, your job management software. I use ServiceMate, as I mentioned several times. So I've got two templates, one SMS and one email. So whichever one is needed or required, depending on the situation, I'll usually use the SMS once the job is completed after I've planted the seed that I asked them for a review. So then jump in the truck, send that. Now, when I took payment on site before I left, or if I'm sending payment the next day, there's a link embedded directly back to the Google My Business listing. And it's a specific link that you can get that once they click the link, it auto imports 5 stars. So that is also a little kicker as well, that if you find that link, you just Google how to do that, it'll pop up somewhere. What you need is to embed that into your email when you send your invoice. And then the final part of the trilogy, what I've set up in my business is a little automation that when the payment is reconciled on our bookkeeping software Xero, it then triggers an automation through Zapier. Don't get overwhelmed if you're not a tech head. This is an absolute piece of piss. And if you want any help with this, just reach out to me. Very simple software. It's literally click this, add that software, do this, do that, done. Don't get overwhelmed by this. That when that is reconciled in Xero, it sends off a trigger to say, hey, this has been paid. Next step is to send them an email saying, hey, James, thanks so much for your payment. Just to let you know we've received that. If you haven't had the chance to leave a review yet, here's the link underneath. Again, thanks so much. Just a little simple email like that. And the smaller, the simpler, the better. Because when they see that, they're only left with 1 or 2 sentences to read and a call to action, which is leave a review. And now the amount of people that, like decent people, will respond to that email thinking you've sent it personally. And they'll be like, hey, Alan, thanks so much. I've just left the review. Thanks for letting me know we've received the payment. So what I hate is asking them to leave you a specific amount of stars. So don't ever ask somebody to leave you 5 stars. Ask them to leave you a review. They're going to leave you a good review or they're not going to leave you a good review. If you're confident enough to ask them for the review, you've done a good job. Now, if they give you a 4-star, still that's good. I've received a 4-star before and it blew my mind. I was like, why could they not go to 5 stars? I didn't realize that's one of those people that it's just how they're set in their ways. If to fucking be a 5-star review, I'd have to pull out a trumpet and play her a song. But other than that, it's going to be a 4-star. Like it didn't blow the socks off her kind of thing. Whereas any other person would be like, yeah, 5 stars, not a problem. But this has happened to me a few times. It happened to me when I was getting a haircut back in Ireland. He was like, you leave me a review, give me 5 stars. And I was like, yeah, cool. And then when I got outside the door, I was like, I'm not leaving him any fucking review now because I was basically forced to do it. And again, with Uber drivers, you jump out of an Uber, they shout at you, leave me 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. It's because you're being so pushy and you're demanding, I'm not going to do that now. It's a real psychological thing. Don't ever ask for the amount of stars. Nature will take its course. They will leave you 5 stars or they won't leave you a review. That's basically the be all and end all. Unless you did a really bad job, you might get a 1 star. But in that case, I would not be asking for reviews. If you did happen to drive a foot through their ceiling or something along those lines, probably best not to ask for a review that time. It's not rocket science. There's just literally use that 3-step process and you will get loads of reviews. I know there's people that say that they can set up this automation that can do this and that can do that. I can set up that automation as well. It's an absolute piece of piss. You use that same software. I'm speaking about Zapier. It's basically an automations that gets one app to speak to the other. What would happen is you could integrate, let's say, for instance, ServiceMate, your job management software. You complete a job on that. It could then send a trigger that says this job has been completed. We will now send an email via Gmail, Outlook. It will ping them an email from that. And on that, it will say, how did you rate our service, or leave us a review, just the generic stuff. And you can tick a few stars. Let's say they tick 3 stars. You can insert a link into that. That will automatically open up an email and you can have a title, please give us feedback. So it won't leave the review on Google. So when they click that star, and once they click that button, it will then open up an email on their Gmail, like to send you back an email for the reviewer, for basically critique what you did wrong. So that what that does is it stops them leaving a 3-star review. Whereas if they tick 4 or 5 stars, it then takes them to the Google My Business link or the Google Business Profile link, so they can leave you a good review. So that's really it. There's no real wizardry to it. It's very easy to set up these simple automations, but companies, like, they try to make it sound so techie and so advanced, and that's what I'm here for, to help you with these little 1%ers within your business, to boost them and just do the little simple 1%ers, and those 1%ers compound throughout the year, which in turn boosts your profit, gets you more and more profit. If you want more of this, hit me up on Instagram below, send me a DM if you have any questions, and that is it for today. Hey, super quick, I just want to thank you firstly for listening to the podcast today and taking the time out to do so. If you found anything useful, please feel free to share the link with another tradie. Subscribe and review. You'll get the podcast alert every time it is uploaded then. Lastly, there is a bonus of 9 ways in 9 days to 100k plus profit. Links are in the description below. I feel this will greatly help your business.